Welcome, welcome. Just gonna let this run for a few seconds while I just set up my chat on here. So if you want to chat away to me, feel free. I'm just gonna clean that lens as well. I don't know if it's affecting it. That's probably worse. Yeah, if you do want to chat to me tonight, please hit me in the comments below. I should be able to see them as soon as I get this set up. If you want to comment after, please do. I'll respond to pretty much everything. Tonight we're going to be building bag number 2 of the X-Wing. Sorry, I'm just going to move this light because it's slightly in the way. We're moving back in a minute. I seem to have a lot of lens flare here today. Apologies. I've done a bit of a switch around today, so if you've watched any of my previous live streams, normally I have the main camera as the one that you see through, and then the GoPro is just the one that I talk to randomly. You can see a bit of the build. I'm going to try tonight having this more focused on the build so that you can see what's going on, see what my hands are doing, etc. And have the main camera just in the corner, which is here-ish. I can't quite see both screens and everything at the same time. Just see how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comments. A comment from one of my friends the other day was just that it was too low a frame rate to be enjoyable to watch, basically. Well, not enjoyable to watch, I should say, but to be easy to watch. So, right, I'm just going to get hopefully I won't mess up the sound here, as it probably comes on really loud. Also tonight, I'm asking who wins in a fight of Batman versus Vader. Reason being, I've just picked up a Batman minifigure, and maybe one day I'll do a stop motion of Batman versus Vader. So, who do you think would win? What's the outcome of that fight? Let me know in the comments. Right, I'm just going to put that in the comments as well. So, first off, this is going to be my third bag, even though it's bag 2, this is the third bag of the X-Wing. Let's have a look. So this is what we've got so far. The main sort of, look at the detail there, it's really cool. Yes, this is just the main sort of nose of the ship and the cockpit, and obviously where R2 sits just here. So I think tonight we're building this section here. So at the end of the night, this will have a bit more to it, depending how far we get or whether my camera battery dries first. I need to buy a different setup for this camera so I can have it on constantly, because batteries just don't last long enough, and I only have one. But I'm still learning with it. So, without further ado, here you go. This is what we're going to build. Now, if you've watched any of my stop motions, normally I try to build the whole thing as one piece, and I pride myself on that. I'm afraid tonight in this build I am not doing that. I've looked through, and I mean, I could try and build one half up and connect it, but the problem is it's then going to have to sit. So this next section, I believe, is going to sit down here a bit, and it's just going to be too hard to try and do that, I think. We'll see how it goes, but as of this moment, I'm thinking I'm just going to build it separate, put it together. It won't be long in the video. Also, for this video, I'm trying some new things out. I did mention this last time. Spilling hot chocolate is one of those, apparently. God, this is becoming a constant theme of my stop motions. How to spill hot... Welcome to my video tonight on how to spill hot chocolates in new and exciting ways. No, I've literally just done a dribble. Dribble. Probably shouldn't build with hot chocolate. That would be the simple solution. Ah, look, how useful is that? There is a cloth. Right. There we go. If you want to know about my setup, as I just start to open these bags and get myself tangled in wires. So we have 3 lights. Light 1, light 2, light 3. And they are all going to light our lovely X-Wing as it gets built. Oops, let's just dry that a little bit more. Getting dust off there as well. So that's my lighting setup. The camera is a Canon 600D with a kit lens on it for now. That gives me the ability to zoom in and out and change the focus. which is really nice. It's a ice white background sheet. This one is actually quite narrow, which is quite annoying in some ways because it means I have to be more zoomed in, but normally I work on this stuff, but it does mean that the white actually picks up quite nicely. And then I have my trusty tray next to the kids' playmat, waiting there, ready to hold all the different Lego bricks. So that's the setup we're working with tonight. And I am kneeling on the floor because I do have a second little studio just here, but as you can see, it's a complete mess because I've started making a football stop motion, which I'd love to say that I'm releasing soon, but I haven't really made any progress on it yet because I have done several other little stop motions in the meantime. What's this? So in bag 2 we've got a box. Inside the box we have rubber bands, red rubber bands. Cool. Lots of little pieces. You can't see any of this. Not so many white pieces this time, thankfully. Oops. I currently have a castle on my, well, actually no, it's the Witch's Magical Manor, which is a video you can go check out. Smashed up on my floor because I decided that my daughters should be allowed to play with it. I'm not sure that was a good move. That's fine. I was planning on stripping that one down anyway for parts for now. So let's just, I've got a really annoying wire for the GoPro here. I'm gonna blue tack it down when I find somewhere. Or sellotape it if I can find the tape. So I know it's very late, so I'm not expecting many of you to watch. So please, if you are watching after, get involved in the comments. Ask me any questions you wish. I'm going to get rid of my ugly mutt for now, and I'm going to pop this down here. I should have lit that. You can't see it, but over there, there is the box for the X-Wing, but you can't see it. So it's a bit pointless me telling you that, really. Right. I'm hoping that GoPro just stays there. If it cuts out at any point, I'll sort it. Right, where am I going to place my manual? Because I didn't think this through. Right. That starts quite easy. Are we building upside down a lot? So what I'm doing, just because this is all off screen right now, I'm just having a quick look through the manual to see what we're actually going to be building. Because Lego have this lovely thing they like to do of placing some bits down and then moving them. Right. Now that was not planned. Okay. If you pick it up by the centre of the nose, it will fall apart apparently. I'm pretty sure it was something like this. I will go and check it after. Never fear. Plenty of pictures to reference against. Right. Oh, that's looking quite in focus. That. Right, 2 flats. If I do go quiet during this video, please don't just turn off. I haven't lost the ability to speak. I most likely am just concentrating too much. Right, let's see. Get this somewhere here. Just going to turn on some grid lines for myself. Going to focus this down. Now, I feel like this is actually about the size it gets to, so what I'm going to do, look at that, it's almost perfectly in focus. That's good. It's quite a nice angle as well. I'm really happy with that. Let's take a photo. Why is that so dark? Sorry, I need to just go through and check. Yeah, that's way too dark. So if I don't plug my lights in for a day or two, which I haven't, because why is that so dark? F14, so I'm just checking my settings. 39 now. Is the whole lot like that dark? 4? I feel like this light was here before and this one was over here. That's better. I don't know, you can't probably see this, but I'm looking at the difference. So these 3 images at the bottom, the last 3 I've taken, and you can just see they get slightly lighter. But if I put this in front of here, which it will appear on the live screen now, you can still, hopefully, when it updates, see the white, which is really important because white is one of those colours where it's actually absolutely agony to try and film in stop motion. Right, this is a classic move I love. Just having the piece fly in from one side and doing a bit of what's called easing in and easing out, which I've mentioned 100 times on the various live streams, but essentially it's just moving the part quite significantly. So I'm doing about 4 or 5 studs at the moment. And now I'm just going to slow that down just to 2 studs as we get towards the center. Another 2-ish, just 1.5, and 1. Right. And I'm looking at my alignment here. You can't see I'm probably not. I'm not even looking at what I'm building. I'm looking purely at the plate that I'm putting down. So, of course I'm looking at the plate I'm putting down. I'm looking purely at the screen on the computer to see what it looks like. And it looks good. And I need to double check everything's in shot. Yes. So one weird oddity with using the camera is when I take pictures, the camera obviously shows me the full frame, if that makes sense to you. So the full, what's visible to the camera, but I've got it set on 9/16 ratio. So I could not think what the hell I was trying to say there as I blue tack a bit of Lego down. Right, here we go. And again, just going to ease these 2 pieces in. And just that easing up again, just as it comes in. So the top one's actually going just a tad faster. And then it's going to also slow down as this one makes its final bit of contact. And I like doing little bits like this in my videos just because it breaks them up a bit. Let's be honest, most of the time you're just watching bricks go down. It's probably not overly exciting unless you have a real interest in the set. So I try to make these a bit more interesting. I'd like to add lots of stop motion, but I haven't, as in animation. So if you watch my castle videos, you will actually see I normally add in, just checking that's gone down right, yep. Normally add in lots of little fun stop motion parts, stop motion animations that is. Sorry, I started explaining myself there and I completely forgot what I was even explaining. Right, I actually have a keyboard on either side of me which can set off this camera, and I'm only using the wrong one at the moment, of course. There we go, use the correct one, it's a lot easier. So, the question, or the comment I get a hell of a lot is, that must take a long time. And yes, it does. But you can mitigate some of that time by getting a good little workflow going like this. So I place the part down, hit the space bar, push the part down, hit the space bar, and I'm doing that on the keyboard which is to the right of me, and that's also where my parts are. So that makes it a lot easier. And at the same time, I'm actually normally looking ahead and looking for my next part. And that is how you do stop motion builds. It's very simple, really. Ooh, this is cool. Right. I'm hoping this looks okay. As I mentioned earlier, white is quite honestly the worst of the worst when you're trying to do little stop motions, because it's just hard to see. It's hard to see on. I could build it on a black background. Let's be fair. Sorry, photo didn't take that. Which I'm tempted with some of the UCS sets to do, but then black is another hard colour. It's these extreme. Keyboards are really unresponsive today. It's these extreme colours, not extremes, but end of the scale, which are really quite hard to. Okay, my spacebar is just a bit floppy today. Right, how long are we going? Yeah. So, I always say this, but again, just because it's interesting, I've just seen the grid lines that are on. Oh my god, that looks horrendous. I'll change that in a minute. So now that I've got going, I'm not actually looking at the pictures, which I probably should be, just to see that they're looking good. They look good. I know they look good. I don't know if I took one. Take an extra one, I can always delete it. And then, oh, we're going to be building off the edge. Look at that. Grey. Right, so another thing I always say when I'm doing these, oh, someone's watching, hello. As I put the bricks down, I place them down a little bit, take a photo, push them down all the way, take another photo. And the reason for that is it just makes it look it looks really nice when you see the final video. My first ever videos did not look like that. They looked horrendous. They just were bricks appearing in random places. And it just looks smoother, I think, just doing this. The bricks seem like they're actually getting pushed down. Your brain tricks you into thinking they are. So, right, what next? I'm literally building this per the instructions, which is very unusual for me. I normally completely ignore them and just build however I want, because it can make it look better for the stop motion. Right, it's a cool little brick. Then we need a couple of pins. I love doing pins, so I always place them just on the edge. Take a photo. Oh, look at that focus. It's not quite right, is it? Let's just get that in a bit more focus. Push them in slightly. So that's the thing. One thing I've noticed is quite a bit of difference between when I use my phone to when I've used the camera. is the focus of the camera is a lot, the depth of field is a lot shallower, so stuff goes out of focus a lot more easy. However, that has a lot of advantages at the same time. Like when you actually want to have stuff out of focus, it makes it a lot easier to do. Right, got my watch strap, it's really loose, it's really annoying. Yeah. So if you are just joining or you've skipped forward in the aftermath of the video, I'm currently building bag 3 of, I think, 9 for this build. This is the new UCS X-Wing. Please join in, chat along, hit the comments up afterwards. What do you think of this set? Do you like it? Are you buying it? Have you bought it already? Have you built it already? Is it your first X-Wing, or are you a veteran? For me, this is actually my first X-Wing. Somehow, I mean, I've been in Star Wars pretty much my whole life, but I have, as of yet, never owned an X-Wing. In Lego, at least. And I think that's partly because I wanted the old UCS. My first Lego reincarnation set, so when I got back into Lego a few years back, was the UCS Y-Wing, and that was an awesome set. I absolutely loved building that. And I was looking at obviously all the old UCSs, but they're all crazily expensive for ones which probably are missing parts. And so I have not got an X-Wing, and I looked at some of the play sets, but they just don't quite do it. I mean, I might pick up 1 or 2 play sets in the future, maybe, depending on this, if I decide to use it for some stop motion animation, because I've got a few Star Wars plans in my head, but I've sort of not really touched Star Wars animation yet, because it's a very, very saturated market, and, well, saturated market, that sounds like a business term. I'm missing a piece. No, I'm not missing a piece, it's got to be here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not missing a piece, I just think it's a different piece. There we go. How often do you do that in Lego? You start building and then you just like, where is it? I haven't got it, I'm going to have to complain to Lego. And then you look for 2 more minutes and you realise it was just a different, you were looking for the wrong piece. Right. Now, something I am doing with this set is, so in my final stop motion plans, it's going to have lots and lots of angle changes. Because it's not something I've normally done. I normally rotate the set, build it in all different directions, things like that. I'm trying to get a balance, I'm going to say, of the angle changes. So I haven't done one for a little while in this set. I might do one in a minute, I might not. I haven't quite planned this today out much yet. And I like that sometimes. Just sort of seeing how the day goes, how the set goes, and then seeing how it comes out. I mean, I probably would get better results if I did plan sometimes, but I do plan, like the castle I'm building, a lot of those. I have a good look through the manual and plan it, but this one I think is actually looking quite good as it is right now. Right, what I'm going to do here is place that one down. Oh no, I'm gonna do this properly. I might just speed this up to 24 frames per second at this point in the video. So it's really, so if you know anything about animation or anything just about frame rates, when you're doing stop motion, obviously you take a picture. Every time you take a picture, that is a frame. Every frame then has the next preceding action, etc. And if you, so say you built something which had 200 and 40 frames. So 240 pictures. That would then, at 24 frames per second, yield you 10 seconds of pictures. If you then do that at 12 frames per second, it builds a bit slower, but it would give you 20 seconds of pictures. The 24 frames, you would see, I mean, if it was just laying bricks, you would see 24 bricks at a time. In the way I do it, you see 12. So I produce at 24 frames per second, but I actually double the frame rate, double the frames, so that you see 12 frames per second. It is essentially it's 12 frames per second. It's just, it gives me an option to speed and slow stuff up. But sorry, I'm also looking at the instructions, which is just confusing me. When you then produce, I'll make myself laugh now. Not laugh, just put myself off. When you produce, if you produce at 24 frames per second, it's really, really fast and really hard to see what's going on. Obviously, I do my brick drops, which means essentially you only see 6 bricks. If I produce at 12 frames per second, you only see 6 bricks per second going down, which I think is a really nice number. If I did 24 frames, you'd see 12 bricks per second, which I just think is a bit too fast. I've done a couple of them at it, and I've done things like when I've done compilation videos, which I'm going to work on another one soon, speeding everything up there, because the idea is you get to see a snip of what I've done. Oops, but actually trying to decide what speed to build stuff at is quite a challenge, because I really like 24 frames per second, but the YouTube analytics and graphs tell me that a lot of times people only watch about 25 to 35% of the videos. You always see a spike towards the end where people are obviously looking to see what it finally looked like, and you will drop off and go somewhere else. So I am trying to work out a way to get you to watch more of the video, but if I speed the video up and you still watch the same amount, because for whatever reason people seem to, then it doesn't really help me as a content producer, because I want to make good content and I want to please what people want to see, but at the same time I want people actually to watch. And yeah, right, where are we up to? What is going on here? This is getting confusing now. So what I do, let me come down here. Hello. What I normally do is I try and build obviously where the camera can see. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I normally don't follow instructions to the letter, which I'm not doing right now. I'm sort of jumping ahead to build a piece. Not exactly actually here, it sort of is in order. But I'm going to jump a little bit ahead, do parts of the next step and the previous step, and start putting those together, as opposed to just building it straight. So I'm looking at about 4 different parts of the instructions here at the same time, which is fine. I know what I'm doing, roughly-ish, maybe. But it's also trying to work out what bricks I need for each part. Yeah. So also remembering that my camera is not pointing the way that you're seeing it on the GoPro. So then, and this is what I mean. So in the manual, these grey bricks and the tan sand, whatever colour this is, bricks go down first, which I'm doing, but they all went down. And then the next step was to add these dark grey bricks, on dark grey slopes, I should say, really, onto the top. Right, and just to reiterate, sorry, I'm reading as well at the same time. Well, I can't class this as reading, can I? It's reading instructions. If you're skipping forward in the video or whatever, or you haven't commented yet, please hit us up in the comments. Are you liking this video? Would you like to see more of it? All that yappa yappa. But most importantly, who will win in a fight of Darth Vader versus Batman? Now, this is really the only place I'm going to mention this, I think, for now. I've had several... I have a notepad which takes... Oh, I have... No, it's not a notepad, it's a Google Docs. I have a Google Docs where I scribble down any ideas that spring to me at any time of day or night. And I have a lot of those. And I've had an idea for a Lego... I'm just going to call it a battle simulator because it's a lot more fleshed out than that, but without giving every last detail away and spoiling it or giving someone else the idea. It's a Lego battle simulator. There you go, run off with that idea. Hopefully you won't come up with the same as what I've got. But essentially I've got some plans to do some Lego battles between minifigures. And I have a Batman and a Vader minifigure. Well, I have lots of minifigures, let's face it. I collect Lego. And I might, if I ever get round to it, create a battle between Darth Vader and Batman. So, because obviously they're two quite iconic people who are both very much in love with black, and I think that would just be quite cool. But how would the fight... I guess my question here is, A, who do you think would win? B, how would the fight actually go down? I mean, I have some ideas in my head, but I'd love to know what other people think. Damn, why does it do this to me? You think, yeah, that's it, I'm not building any more underneath, and then suddenly you're building underneath. Right, so now I'm back to looking at the computer screen. So I'm going to use this spacebar. And this is actually going to be quite a slow piece coming in. Now I've got to hope that I haven't put a bit of blue tack. I've got to hope for multiple things here. One, I haven't put a piece of blue tack underneath there. I'm going to get up. I'm just going to try and not knock everything. The worst thing I always do is knock the camera. Okay, that's about right, I'd say. So I'm going to take a photo of that. And there we go. Okay, that was quite hard. Right, how long have we been going? Sorry, I'm humming. 34 minutes, that's not bad. Don't know if I just took a picture, I might take another one. Having an extra picture in there sometimes actually helps because it just slows things down a bit. Gives you as a viewer a chance to sort of take in what's actually happening. I'm just going to stand up for a while as well. So, apologies in advance if you see me in my shorts, not the prettiest of sights, but it is actually rather hot in here with these lights all going. And it being the start of British summer, it's a very warm, probably like 15 degrees now. No, it's much hotter than that inside. Alright, 3 of these. And this is why I need to change my setup. A few people I've spoke to have said I should change this because I essentially have it on a very low table. I don't know why, it was just how it ended up at one point. It's a very quiet evening. So, I mean, I didn't expect many people to be watching live streams of Lego building tonight. So if you are listening in the comments, if you have got this far, thank you very much, first off. And secondly, please leave a comment, leave a like. That's all my videos. I like to just, it'd be lovely to get them boosted and get them seen by more people. Another comment I've had a lot recently, which I don't know, I agree with. But because I'm biased towards my own work, but I've had a few people telling me that my work's a lot better than the number of views that it's actually getting. And that's nice. It's nice to hear things like that. So if you want to leave a nice comment, please do. If you want to leave a horrible one, feel free. Any criticism, I'll take it on. I blocked you, and no, I will take it on, and I will actually change because I want to. I'd love to actually grow this channel more and more and more because I enjoy doing this much. I enjoy getting more and more Lego to build, which is awesome because then I get to build it and display it and play with it. And the more people want to see, the more I can build. Right, so I'm just speeding things up here a bit. Now this is a 2000 brick set, which when I did my Sonic video, I think that was only 10 frames per second back then. I've made a lot of changes since that video, but that was a 1000 piece set, and I've got a feeling that one came out at about 6-7 minutes, roughly, for 1000. So this is well on track to be probably towards 10 because it's a slightly higher frame rate. I can speed bits up. I now put more bricks down at once. Although Sonic actually, I think I was putting 2 bricks down at once at some point. Sorry, I keep humming tonight. I've never normally hum. I don't know where this has come from. Yeah, it's a good job putting that camera there today actually, because it means that I can be more upright. Oh, which after a day of sitting in a chair is what you need. There we go. I'm just getting the next few pieces I need. I'm currently cursing at Lego because they definitely, as I said earlier, have not included these pieces, which are just slightly hidden under another brick. Oh, here we go. So, you can't see this, but once I finish these next few steps, we are going for the angle change. Exciting time. How does this keep changing? There, that's better. Right. Don't drop all the bricks. Make sure nothing's out of shot. Yep. I'm debating, I mean this won't be now, but I'm debating whether to do like Luke trying to use the Force to build his X-Wing. I did it with Vader and Vader's helmet. I had the Emperor building Vader, which was quite quite a fun video to make. It's my spacebar. That's what does that. It's the times it doesn't react is when it actually adds the extra. Right, now that one down. Sorry, talking to myself because I'm mad. Right, just gonna have a drink. So that is complete. No, it's not complete. Right. Don't pick it up by that part. So this is coming in here, I believe. Oh, look at that. I just clicked what that is. That's another hole. I don't know if you can see. Look at the... Here, that's an additional hole for the stand. So that's cool. Right, let's just check. Is anything else need to go on beforehand? No. So this bit's going to go on like here. How are we going to do this? So we could have it coming in. Beep, 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 beep. Boop. With that exact sound effect, of course. And then... No. What am I at? Right, so what we're going to do here is just a little bit zoom out. So I'm really focusing right now because I'm just trying to move roughly one stud at a time. Which, as I get further and further away, becomes a bit less of a distance. I can't work this out in my head. But, oh, I've gone a little bit too far, so let's just take that back to there. And that's where we're going to end it. So, I'm going to put in a little handprint. And what we're going to do, so sometimes if I know I've got frames I need to go back and correct, what I do is I put my finger in front of the camera just so I get a really bright frame in the middle of it, or bright, or it's obvious when I'm editing it. I want to go back and delete something or check something or change something and just work out exactly what I need to do. Because, yeah, clearly, like right now, I'll have to go back and fix this issue. And then, so I'm at the edge of the paper basically. Everything is still very good in focus. Yep. And what I'm going to do, annoyingly, I can't actually get this to go any further out. I could, you know what I could do? Have it fly in. Can I? Jesus. This thing is fragile at the moment. It doesn't look right, does it? I'm just going to try this. And this is what I've sort of said earlier a bit. Making it up as I go along to an extent. Seeing what works, what doesn't work. You'll see some of my videos, bits that you probably look quite terrible. And it's probably was just me experimenting and deciding, does this look any good? I might have thought it looks terrible, but I filmed it by that point, it was too late. That does happen a fair few times. It happened in Sonic. I did a special stage in that, which I redid multiple times. Right, we've got an issue here of we need some support. I normally have a box of spare bricks ready for this. Of course, today I don't. Let's take some really old school white bricks. I need to be ready for one brick. Oh, that's probably quite good. Good thing. And we can't see that in shot, can we? Cool. I'm not happy per se with the fact we've got all this white space here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera very well. But oh, I just knocked the camera, didn't I? Damn. I'm just gonna have to take a look at that. Okay, just so you're aware, I'm just trying to delete a singular photo, but it's now freezing. Oh God, this is what it did the other day. It was really annoying. So I lost a whole ton of photos the other day because I don't know, something deleted them, which is really weird because I wouldn't just delete them. But I think it might have had a load of photos selected essentially. And it only kept what I had on that day. So I'm drinking hot chocolate at the same time. And this seems to be what's happened now. It's just froze the actual program which does the photo taking. Oh, God. Right, I'm just going to have a 2-minute break. So if you are watching on after, please just skip ahead. I'll come back and do chapters at some point. Oh, we're back. Right. It's done it again. So, you can't see this currently, but I had 1,000 pictures a minute ago. Now, all of a sudden, I do not. And it's deleted all my photos from my not from today, but from my previous sessions. which is really quite strange. Ah, multiple files selected. Now it's fine, hopefully, because I can recover those photos from my hard drive, and I'll do that straight after this. It's just really weird and annoying that it's done this twice in a row. At least from my point of view, I now know what happened last time, what went wrong. So sorry for the slight diversion of what we were talking about and building, but that was a bit of a worrying moment. But at the same time, I also know what's going on now, why I lost some photos the other day. I don't like, so I'm very, very techie as well. I have a very technical job. And I don't like it when I can't explain why things have broken. It really bugs me. And it really bugged me that I couldn't work out how the photos had deleted and gone the other day and where they'd gone. But luckily this all goes direct to a hard drive, and the hard drive has its own backup recycle folders. And really what I should do is have this taken to the camera as well. But I don't think I do right this moment. What happens? Oh right, I see. Oops. I'm dropping things on the floor. Never good. Right. There we go. That looks really wonky somehow. What time is it? 10:30, 11:30. Congratulations if you're watching this live. I don't think many people are now. I've had the odd person drop by. Nobody said hello yet though. Come on, I like a good chat. Right, this is cool. I don't know if there's going to be the same on the other side, but there is a Technic brick now going on. We'll do this one in 3 parts, so it sort of pushes down onto the pins. And I said about angle changes, I'm planning on zooming back in shortly, because obviously at this sort of zoomed out level you can't see much, but I wanted to show, which I didn't really manage to do, that the thing is going to be a good term right now with going on. Just dropped a piece. Alright, let's get back down on my knees for a bit. Lovely knee crack there. Now obviously I can always do this zooming in post. It's never, these photos are very high quality, so even when it then goes, right, if I zoom in it does look a bit bad, but it's marginal compared to what's lost with when it goes to YouTube and YouTube compresses it into its own format. You'll be glad to know I've finished my hot chocolate, and we've only had the one minor slight spillage tonight, and I've got hiccups. Great. We're going to turn the ship around in a minute, aren't we? No, surprising. So again, on these, I quite like this. I love it when. So one thing I've never managed to do in my own builds really, but I really love seeing the builds, is when they change direction. I mean, I have done it, but not at the quality level that actual Lego do it. I love it when they just turn things around mid. Sorry, I'm looking, inspecting what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't think we are going to turn this around, you know. Right, so one to one of that, one to one of that. I've only got 1 point. Oh god. Oh, hang on. Have I missed a step? No, I have not. 1, 2, 3, 4 Technic pins, and 2 of those, and 2 of those. Right. This is quite cool. I'm trying to look on the box. I've got lights in my eyes. Ah, okay. I thought these were just going to be like cool little greebling pieces, but actually I think looking at the box, it's going to have panels on it, and they're going to be angled so you get the really nice shape of the X-Wing. So although we're putting them on now, they will be without their little bendy counterparts. I can't even think of the name of this piece. It's really bad of me. Hinge piece, maybe. Hinge, it's not, is it hinge piece? If you know what the piece is called, tell me in the comments below. I'll probably Google it later anyway. But, oh, what? Fine. Sorry, that seems really weird. So these pins that I'm putting in now, I assumed were going in these, I don't know if you can see very well from there. So we put the pins in here and here, and I assumed they'd be going into these bits we just built up, but apparently not. Not at all. Right. Oh, I'm getting cramp on my foot. It's a really good swim today, and I've got a rather long bike ride at the weekend. So my other life, my other non-work life is cycling, and I've done a lot of it in the past. A lot of competitive international level racing. I just realised why it looks so wonky. We need an angle change. Right. 3, 3. So I think what we're building here, I'm not sure. I have looked forward in the manual a few times, but I haven't actually inspected in great detail how it's all coming together. I think I'm currently building what will become the mechanism to open the wings. Ah, someone's chatting. Hello. Hello, Kitsil Melbourne. The Yavin base. I saw that. I can't remember if I posted the picture on the channel or not. Yeah, so there was that prototype. If you've seen the prototype from a few years back, that looked awesome. It looked absolutely massive. From what I've seen of this new Yavin base, it has a good collection of minifigures, but it looks pretty small. I mean, it's a playset at the end of the day. It's all the minifigures. It's a big playset. So it's nice, but as an adult collector, probably I don't really go for the play sets myself much, unless there's something really amazing. I prefer the ships. So if you want to get the minifigures, it's a good way to get a lot of minifigures. Whether it's cost effective is another question. I can't remember. I don't think there's any necessarily exclusive minifigures in there, and they're using the medals which come from the CMF. Well, they've been on a few CMF Olympic figures and things like that. So yeah, it's a cool set, but yeah. Yeah, the battle pack I like. I mean, yeah, we can get that, but again, it's the whole phase 1 and phase 2 helmets, isn't it? And they know that army builders are buying battle packs, so they've started pushing the price up, which is annoying. But it makes business sense, I guess. Right, I'm just going to take an extra 2 photos of this because in the manual I'm moving on to a different section. I think the battle pack's quite cool because it comes with a commander, doesn't it? Which is good in the sense we get a commander, which everyone's obviously been wanting. Commander Rex. It's not a Rex, but it's, I can't remember his name. It's not Wolf, is it? I can't remember, but it's good that we get a commander piece. But obviously, as everybody is going to be born, that's it. Yeah, everyone said that about the 501st, didn't they? That we wanted the dual mold visor, but I guess they're just producing those because they can produce them cheap. It's the same with the helmet holes. They're not gonna only put one helmet hole or put it in a slightly different place just because of one figure. They're gonna just do what they can to mass produce helmets. Unfortunately, I mean, that was part of the problem they had back in the late 90s, early 2000s, wasn't it? That they were making unique pieces for lots and lots of different sets, and they were making a lot of big pieces at that point as well. But it was just it was becoming too expensive to make, and I've seen things about Lego actually nearly essentially went bust before they started doing Star Wars because they were doing things like that. So that's probably why I'd imagine they avoid creating individual pieces for essentially a £15 battle pack. Just as a quick one, look at the size of this now. It's the length of my arm, which is quite cool. That's probably going to be about it, isn't it? It's going to have a thrusters there. But I'm trying to look on the picture of the box. So the wings are going to be here. So that's almost the size of it. That's quite cool. I wonder if it sits on its stand yet. We'll try that in a minute. I'm going to aim to get this bag finished tonight. So what are your thoughts on it? Are you buying it or not? I picked up, I think you've spoken to me before about the phase 1 clones. I didn't actually physically pick them up myself. My friend picked up some phase 1 clones for me the other week from a car boot sale. I'm going to do those as stop motion on the channel at some point soon when I get a few free moments. I'm not building an X-Wing or a castle or a blacksmith. Right, I'm going to zoom in on this piece. So what I was saying earlier was I think we're building the mechanism, and I'm pretty sure this is it. You know what, I think this goes in sideways. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm seeing, but yes, it does. Cool. So Put that in the center, zoom the camera in. What I'm going to do is, so when it's zoomed out, that becomes, to that point, it becomes central, so it's going to be slightly unzoomed right now. If that's a word, unzoomed. Should have taken a blank page. You getting a battle pack then? How many battle packs are you getting? There we go. Right, I'm ignoring the blueprints right now. I'm just building how I want to build. And that's because I'm trying to build in a way which I think looks better on camera. I'm quite looking forward to getting some of those battle packs myself. I'll probably get 2 or 3 just to boost some clones. Although I've realised the thing I haven't really got many of at all, in fact I think I've only got 1 or 2, is actual stormtroopers. I realised this the other day when I was thinking about some stop motion I could make, and it suddenly occurred to me that I don't have enough. Right, curvy pieces. I love doing curvy pieces. If you get this right, they look really cool. So, starts off like this. I can't guarantee I'll get it right today. This pushes down. Then this pushes down. Hang on. 1 second. There we go, and then put that one on. That didn't quite work. There you go. So then you put that one on. Push that down. Take your next picture. And then this looks... I've done this a couple of times and got it right. I'm hoping I get it more right this time. It essentially looks like the whole thing just ends up doing a big circle pushing down, which is obviously what it is, but it looks really cool. There we go. Damn. Hopefully that's correct. Right. Now. Damn. What was the other ship that's launching at the moment is the Yoda's. Ah, damn. Have I put these in the wrong way around? No. Thank God. Yeah, Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. Which that is a set I'm quite looking forward to. Because I have an older Kenobi and Anakin version. So I'm quite looking forward to getting a Yoda one. don't know when the release date is for it. I don't know if they're just leaks at the moment, or if they're actually official. And Lego have been announcing some other sets, like I saw the Pac-Man set, which I think looks wicked. I doubt I'll get that, but I think it looks cool. Right. Lego say I should put the big rod inside these right now before I start. I say different. I'm building how I wish to build. God, I'm really hot tonight. Is my mic working? Yeah. I'm hoping this won't take too much longer. We've been going an hour and 10. Right, sorry, I'm concentrating. I get lost in concentration sometimes. Wow, this is about to get difficult. Hang on, this is not. Okay, I see. Right, here's a trick for you. Tiny piece of blue tack on the inside of there, which is going to be at the back. I'm going to align all the studs. You can just see that in shot, but at the same time I'm not sure I'm too bothered. It's sort of behind the camera angle right now, which is good, and that just allows me to slide this down where it shouldn't be able to slide. And then I need to take it all off, because if I don't take it off now, what's going to happen is that bit of blue tack is going to be stuck in there. However, I am going to put a piece just here on this far edge in the stud hole, slide it down and put it there. Now I will be taking this off at the end just to remove it. But for now it can stay there. And I don't know if you noticed, but I also took a photo at that stage. Right. So interestingly, there's a lot of extra building going on here that I'm going to just ignore for a minute. Because this is what I was saying, I need to zoom this out. But rather than building the outsides, the wings, I want to secure this lot first. So I'm sort of skipping ahead again in the instructions, so I've probably lost my momentum of what I was saying from earlier now, but again I'm going to do the little circles. So here we're going to put one there. Basically this is going to be a very movable section, so I just want to be extra sure that this is all quite fixed before I start zooming out and doing things like that. God, I'm actually really hot. Right, this is really quite confusing. So what I'm going to do now, very small movements, just zooming out slightly. Because what I want to be able to do is, sorry, I'm talking in a stuttery way today. What I want to be able to do, oh my god, this is so wobbly. This might look horrendous. Now, I'm jumping here a lot. What I want to do is maybe in a few minutes actually turn this whole thing a bit. Get a slightly different angle. But we will see. You didn't get that on film. So what I'm going to start doing is this. So if something moves a lot and you can't really prevent it because it's a really loose piece, work with it. And what I mean by that is, as you can see here, I'm turning this piece around. And now what that means is I can move it as much as I bloody like. Well, I can't. I can move it to how I wanted it to move, but I have more flexibility now when I'm putting the pieces on that it can actually move. And this is exactly why I zoomed out. Because now it doesn't look terrible as I do it. Let's do this. This is quite a cool little way of doing it. And one thing I will say here that I do is I always move the piece first and then I add my bricks. And the reason for that is because otherwise you get to the end of adding your bricks and you go, did I move it? Didn't I move it? Did I already, like, should I have moved it? And it just gets confusing. So I always do it right at the end. I always do it right at the start. I do my movements. And that way I know it's done. And I don't need to worry, did I do it at the start, did I do it at the end? I mean, it could be the same, you could do it at the end and it would give the same result, but I found more often than not, if I tried that way, I forget. Apart from this time, I'm gonna, just because I was pushing those in. Right, 2 little plates. And then we need to build back up and repeat this whole process, which it annoys me when stuff repeats because it's quite boring. But you can't help it, can you? It's what Lego does. So there you go, I've moved it. I forgot to move it that time because I was chatting away. Still not had anybody vote on whether who would win in a fight, Vader or Batman. I mean, being a Star Wars Lego piece, this I would expect people to come and tell me Vader. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if anyone picks this up and tells me in the comments afterwards who would win. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is lift this back off, get the blue tack out, back down here, and I'm just going to maybe move it back a little bit there. Jesus, what was that? That was a really loud bang. Hopefully not one of my children making that. There we go. And that can just keep moving for a minute. We're just going to get this back to the start position. Well, it's not the start position, it's actually 180 degrees off. But wow, we've got a few more people watching now. Hello everyone out there. Oops. We are building bag 3 if you've just joined us of the X-Wing. This is actually my 4th bag because I built the stand first. And I'm trying to work out the best way of building this section without it looking too terrible and without too much movement, which we're bound to get a lot of now. Please mention in the comments how you're doing tonight. Tell me who would win in a fight out of Darth Vader and Batman and why. Because I'm potentially, if I get my arse in gear, going to do some stop motion based around that very subject. It'd be nice to have my subs tell me who should win that. Oh, is this different? This is different. Right, so because the first section, we are essentially building exact same as the first section, I am putting both sides down at the same time. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did last time and start this moving around. And the reason for this is it hides the fact that I am terrible at not letting the set not moving. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is take it off. It'll be easier to place these bricks half on. So what I do, when I'm doing stop motion, I have said this already in this video, I push the brick just a little bit on. Doesn't really matter how, because it's only a single frame. It's 1/12 or 1/24 depending on the frame rate of a second. And then I take the photo. I'm going to move this piece around a little, push these all on, put this back on, take a photo. And people ask, the thing I always get, people always say to me is, God, surely that takes a long time to do or make. And yes, it does, as you can see here. And this is why sometimes, like the length of time, this is why sometimes I add several bricks at a time, especially if it's all at the same time. If it's the same, all at the same time, all the same build, I should say. So like here, we're just adding plates. There's nothing exciting about plates. I could use any interesting camera angle. Like watching 4 exact same plates go on would never be an interesting watch. Unless you like watching plates go on and that's your thing. But you know what I didn't do this time, which I should have, is put the little top section on. Oh, I should have done that first. In fact, I could do that now. Let's just finish off this because it's turning. Because we've got it turning. Right, let's move that around a bit. Right, cheeky, we did that one on wrong. I don't think anyone will notice because I believe it was hidden anyway. There we go, roughly there. It doesn't matter if it's slightly out. It does matter is that isn't connecting down properly. Push those in. Now I was going to say at the end of this video, I might give a little preview of what we've done so far and the previous days, but I've also just deleted all of my pictures. So I need to go and recover them from the hard drive. So I don't think I'll be able to do that. I could demo the very first, the stand and the very first bit of the video. So I believe that is already produced. If you're interested in seeing that, please hang around. We're probably only about 10 minutes. Well, roughly. I'm estimating 10 minutes from the end of this build. Although I probably should stop prior to that because I do have a job to go to in the morning. In fact, I think what I'll probably do is stop once I finish this section rather than putting it onto the ship. So I'll give a little preview at that point. And what I said about 10 minutes ago, that I always move the stuff first, is clearly untrue right now. Pop, 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 pop. Right. So if you're in the comment, let me know in the comments who wins in the fight out of Vader and Batman. It's a very, very serious question that I need a very, very serious answer to. I'd love to see what everyone's opinion is rather than going and asking on Reddit. Right, and then we're going to line everything up. And take a photo. And then pop these last 4 bits on. So I believe if you're sort of looking at this thinking, what the hell is he building here? This does not look at all like an X-Wing. And I agree with you, it does not. This is, I believe, I mean I could be wrong, but I'm 99% sure I'm right. The mechanism for opening and closing the wings. Oh dear. Right, let's just have a quick look. So I believe I just knocked the camera. I think I got away with that one. So there's 2 things that you should never do when filming stop motion. One of them is knocking your camera because it then looks awful, which is what I just did. Damn. Well, that might be the end of tonight. So I've just had a message come up on the camera telling me to charge my battery back. So what I'm going to do is very carefully move my camera, get the battery out, put the battery on charge, have a drink, and I'm going to finish off this section and then I'm going to pack up for the night. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask away now. I think we've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, have we? Oh, 1:32, not as long as I thought. So once that's finished, yeah, so the step, let me grab the GoPro. Oh, I stuck it to the table, I forgot about that. So the steps I'm currently at, this is all mechanisms which are going to make the wings. So that's really quite cool. But it's probably good stopping point for me in the sense that I've just run out of camera battery. Which is, oh, I also pulled the microphone off me. So it's probably really good. I was just literally filming myself putting my mic on. That's the most interesting thing you've seen on YouTube today, don't lie. Right. Stick. What are we? midnight. And where's the view? I could have had this a lot closer, I didn't even think. As long as it's not in the way of the light. Oh, I can't tell because the camera's died. But yeah, it's really cool. Right. Let's have a look at the actual X-Wing without knocking the camera. Let's just have a little look at the X-Wing itself. So that's where we're up to so far. I was playing with this bit the other day. This is really cool. This is obviously the targeting computer, but it can go all the way in, which is something the Y-Wing missed out on. Their targeting computer was quite annoying. But yeah, it's cool. The only thing I would say is a bit low for Luke, but still, it's really cool. I love that level of detail in these sets. I loved the one thing I really loved on the Y-Wing was all the greebling. I mean, I don't think we're really going to get that on the X-Wing because X-Wings are obviously a lot smoother. There's less, like the Y-Wings are completely open, aren't they? The engines are on show, so you see a lot more. But so far, I'm loving this ship. It looks wicked. I know there was quite a bit of negativity actually before it was released, and I've seen a lot of people loving it since, and I think it looks awesome. Right, what's that been? Like 2 minutes of charge? Do you think that's enough to do? How many photos am I gonna have to do? Let's work this out. Right, 5 more parts. 6 actually. 6 more parts, which is probably roughly 12 to 15 photos. Yeah, come on, you can do this, battery. You can do it. You've got it. All you have to do, battery, is go inside the camera, say, look, I've just had 2 minutes of charge. That can give you all the charge you need for the next. No, you don't even have to have that bit on. You can just have that. We have not gone. Right, I need to go to OBS as well. So, Canon, Digicam. Right, it's Canon, isn't it? Live view. There we go. That's really small because the live view window initially pops up small. There we go. Right, averted. Retake that photo just to be sure. Also, just going to nip back on here. Oh, what? Damn. Damn. Looks like I ever so slightly zoomed in. Right, let's just have a quick look. I think that was actually the camera moved. But, oh well. This is why I need to... Sorry, I went really quiet there because I was just concentrating on what I was doing. As always. But this is why I need to actually invest in what I'm trying to think of here. A thing. For a better word, a thing. No, there's a... You can get a battery pack. Oops, I haven't got the live view up. There you go, that's better. So for the Canon cameras, you can actually get a battery pack that sorry, focus. It's the focus today. It's a battery pack that isn't a battery pack. It's just connects straight to your wall outlet, your plug, and squeeze down. Not that far. Sorry, I'm being really bitty in what I'm saying here because I'm sort of trying to act quickly at the same time as well. There. There we go. Right, I'm going to really try and just speed through this. But yeah, what I need to get is this. It's not even expensive. I just haven't got around to ordering one. It's just a fake battery that's actually a power plug. So you can run your camera off the mains as opposed to a battery, which in theory should save your battery life. And oh, god damn it, it didn't work quick enough. I wonder if we do it on and off. I'm literally like 3 bricks away from the end of this. It's just so annoying. No, you're not going to play ball, are you? Damn. Right. Let's put the camera down very gently. Don't touch that zoom lens. Not this time. Oh god. So if you're just joining or you're getting better for this, I've had a camera battery issue with it not wanting to stay alive. It will. It's nearly there. This is the last few bits I'm doing in this build. And in fact, what I'm going to do while this is charging is find a preview. Oh, I've got my monitor around the wrong way today. This PC. Right, come over to the screen and videos. Not that video. Not that video. That video. X-Wing test. So what I'm going to do is just add a window. Application. Sorry, I'm looking at window capture, media player. And Microsoft Media Player, automatic, okay. And here we go. So here is, just quickly, a preview of what this X-Wing looks, first 22 seconds. So tell me what you think. You know what, I'm going to pop that on repeat for a minute for you so you can see it again. So I have done a bit more building, but this is essentially what's done so far. There is the very wobbly, no, it's not too wobbly, nose cone section that I built, but I haven't actually produced that yet. But this, I think this looks pretty cool so far. Like I said, I've been trying to do this thing a bit more angles. Today we haven't really, but that's because of what was being built. It wasn't an easy thing to do. But you know what, I'm going to keep this. As any future times I want to break, I'm going to shove Media Player on. There we go, it's restarting again. So let's just turn that off. One more time. And then we'll get back to building the last 3 bricks. Yep, that's it. So that was a couple of bags already, and as you can see, that was quite a lot. Not only 22 seconds, which is just mad when you think about it. Right, what I am going to deny you is seeing this in live view, because as soon as I put it on live view, I think that kills the battery a bit. I just wish this camera had another way of charging. It's just so annoying. Right. What we need to do is digicam control. Come on, you picking up the cannon. Oh, I think that might be it for tonight. Yeah, my camera is not working, guys. I think this means this is the end for tonight. Showing some battery, but we're not getting a response on Digicam. You know what, I've just realised I've got really high colour on there. Yep. Right, what I'm going to do is just finish this off on the camera, I think. No, I can't even do that, can I? Oh, God. Right. I normally would say this is the end of the stream. Here's what we've built so far. But I'm not going to do that tonight. Simply because I need to just fix these last bits of technology. See if I can get everything working, get a tiny bit more charge in my battery, and just finish off. It's literally, I don't know if you can see, it's literally just some plates that are going on here, and this is what we've built today. I'm not going to move it because I want it in place. So, in fact, no, I can do it. We've built quite a bit today. So today, we have built this rear section here of the X-Wing, which is going to house this mechanism, which is going to allow us to open and shut the wings. And this is, obviously it's all going to go in here, that's why we won't put anything on that side. And it's joined up to the cockpit, which is here. And as you can see, it's right now just mostly a skeleton with a cool cockpit. In the next few days, hopefully we'll start adding some panels and everything will start looking more X-Wingy rather than just whatever the hell this is. And a bit of a random fact, the X-Wings, I believe, I could be wrong here, but I'm sure I read something on this a little while ago. They were originally based on the dragster cars, so drag cars. That's why they've got the really long noses. So this would be quite cool to mock. Remove the wings, pop some massive wheels on the back, some tiny little ones on the front, and build a funny car. That's awesome. But yeah, that's what we've done today. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed that little sneak preview of the video to come as well. And I hope to see you all next time. I will be streaming again, not sure when yet. Possibly tomorrow. I might well just do some not on stream. It depends, because it depends what time I get. I might build in the middle of the day, in which, like, not in the middle of the day, like straight after work, but that means I've got kids and stuff running around, which I don't really want to stream in that. So we'll see. It depends. Otherwise it ends up being really late at night. But please, if you haven't already, comment and tell us what you thought of this video, what you think of this set, and who you think would win a fight out of Darth Vader and Batman, because that's my next plans for stop motion. Although I've got a few in the works now, that's a project coming. Also, I haven't done a build for next week yet. So if you have any requests of any of the sets you know I have, let me know. Obviously I've got the GDP, the gift with purchase, even GDP, that I got with the X-Wing. I've got several other little sets, including I Am Groot, a Y-Wing here, a lightsaber, which is a custom mock by a guy called Demon Hunter Bricks, which I just have not got around to building yet. I plan to soon. There is also on the channel this week coming the Millennium Falcon UCS minifigures. So I've done the minifigures in stop motion. I'm not doing the Millennium Falcon in stop motion unless you will buy me a coffee and I have a ton of time and I earn lots of money off doing this, which I'm not right now. So help me that way if you want to see the Falcon being built in stop motion. There is a really good video out there already. I'm not going to say who, but of that, I couldn't match that. So yeah, I'm probably not going to do it. Anyway, it's been a good evening. Got a lot of good progress done to this ship. Hopefully, I will get some technology fixed and finish it off before I go to bed. But see you next time. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already there. Comment. Help these videos grow. Go watch my other videos. There's some good stop motion out there. They're not getting the views because the algorithm. It's always the algorithm. I don't know. Maybe they're not good enough. Tell me in the comments. See you next time. If I can work out how to stop streaming. Bye. Alright, this time I've got to click yes.